see this
Ginger Asian
dude blew my mind. I see this guy and I'm like, holy shit, like this is the coolest thing ever. Then I look to like the opposite side of the gym and I see their sister who's also albino with ginger hair.
What?
So now
we got a rice spice over there?
Literally.
That's wild.
Fucking crazy. I didn't even think about Ice Spice, but yeah. So
Rice spice.
It's
so cute. I'm having fun.
Oh, this is a good time. Good time.
This is Boys Talk. Welcome back to another episode of Big Couch, Little Couch. My guest today, he has one of the most Irish names I've ever encountered. But no, he's a great fucking hang. He's 6'2", ladies. Watch out, he's coming. Sean McAndrews, everybody.
Thank you for having me, dude.
Dude, yeah,
Pleasure.
of course. No, and we've been talking for like an hour. I almost forgot to we gotta do a podcast.
That's what it
at some point.
I mean, dude, kudos to you, but like every time I've ever been around you, the first time I met you, you've just always been a blast to talk to and just like shoot the shit. So like, yeah,
that means a lot. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Like even the other day at Pub Rock when we both did that shot of Crown Royale, and it was like definitely overpoured.
Did you say Royale
with cheese, bitch.
No, don't. Ew. But no, just imagining a shot. I have a very creative mind, and I imagined a person smashing a square of American cheese into that.
Just like, hey, this is the
Crown
Midwest.
Royale with cheese.
Yeah, welcome to the Midwest. We're going to give you cheese with everything.
And you grew up Midwest. Sorry, I cut you off, but you were about to say something.
I was literally just going to say, to end the thought of like, always been a good hang, had a great conversation.
That's sweet, man. Thank you.
That. Yeah, so yeah, it makes sense.
Keep talking about them now. But you grew up in the Midwest the entire time? In Minnesota?
Yeah, for 17 years, and then I moved.
And then you got too hot. That's how states work, people. All right, if you're in a flyover state, that's why I'm in Phoenix. I don't belong in California. I'm not beautiful yet, but once I get whole new mouth, collagen, dark black eyes, I'm gonna get black eyes.
Black eyes?
No, not black guys. I mean, sure, anyone can do the surgery. All right, I believe in black surgeons.
Who doesn't?
Honestly, I would say probably a steadier hand, because I did work with surgeons for a couple weeks in an externship. I was becoming a medical assistant, and out of all the surgeons that I worked with, the most like in it, and he was the anorectal doctor, and he was like a cancer researching, like he was putting in hours, and he was just into butt stuff. He's just the doctor of butt stuff. Yeah,
he's pretty insane,
dude. Watching him like pull out the camera from someone, I was like, what, dude? It's crazy.
What a job.
Dude, what a job.
What a job.
And right next, like the room over, they're having a surgery. So like the variety, the diaspora of the different surgeries happening in any given place. And it's like on Alma School in Dobson. It's not some shit like in the Palisades. No, like this is just right next to a Sonic that has a D food rating. Welcome to Arizona.
You know what? That seems on brand though. Like that, they'd be like, "We have a D, better than some."
Dude,
like come to this food.
When was the last time you ate Sonic and it went well, or Burger King and it went well?
Me and Burger King get along great, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, every time me and Panda. Bro, I try to wrestle the bear. I can't. I used to be my favorite thing, but I think that I don't know what it is. Yeah. I don't know. It's not like I'm eating clean. It's not like I'm eating raw arugula and onions every day. And then
you're not a rabbit.
I eat greasy stuff,
yeah.
But for some reason my gut just, can't handle too much of it. I can have like a little bit of chow mein.
Did you? A
little chow.
A little chow chow.
A little Uncle Chow. That's my main dish.
I love it. It's about the right size portion-wise.
I bet he's got a hog on him, but go ahead.
Oh, 100%. A guy like that, 100% big dick.
He's like so arrogant that he must, I mean, we're talking about ginger Asians. He's a hung. Dude, if he's a hung brother.
100%. Imagine your brother has like ginger hair. He's got like this like albino skin, so he already gets people that are like getting his attention.
Yeah.
And he's hung, and you're not. Like, that would suck.
Like,
imagine the Irish won out by a little bit in that Like the ginger hair, and then like you get a little
Right,
extension on the dick.
I think the Irish. Everyone talks about how Asians have small peepees, which I don't like. Hey,
I don't
stop
like
Asian
that
hate.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like that's hate speech.
That's bad.
But I gotta say, between them, the equivalent would be like, man, anyone on the British Isles? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, dude. We've been wearing underwear for too long. I don't know what it is.
Speak for yourself.
Or it's just
dude.
like
Speak
it's
for
so
yourself.
cold. I think also it's like if you live in a colder place, your peen starts retracting over evolution.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that make sense?
You want it to be closer with your body heat.
And
you
it's
wanna
literally
stay warm.
your life force and your vitals is the peen or whatever.
It's quite
so
literally
to naturally
survivability.
protect. Right, guys, it's not my fault. It's Snow's fault. Okay.
It's my ancestors' fault for moving to a cold place, and we weren't prepared
You don't
for
think
the
I
climate.
didn't want to be a Black American? They look like they're having fun. No, I'm kidding. Sometimes they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
gotta
why?
say.
I think like the idea.
I wish I was good at dancing.
Why wouldn't you want to experience like the idea of being like everything? Like if like the idea of like religion's real, I want to be a Buddhist.
Middle Eastern would be sick. Hard parents though. Those are tough parents.
Yeah.
Everyone says Asian parents, but Middle Eastern parents I think hold it down harder nowadays. Asian parents have lightened up a little bit, I feel, but my friends were like, man, my friend Adim, who had a Pakistani father, and his mom was like a white, like French lady from Louisiana. He's just this
interesting combo.
A real interesting combo. Boy could drink. But Nadim, and he was a baseball guy, so he just had like a little like bump of an ass, dude.
What is it about that though? Like I know
baseball guys have crazy asses.
it's
What is
always
that?
the craziest? Like growing up, people
Let's
would be
talk
like,
about it.
Yeah, what? Why?
Were you a baseball kid?
No, well, until I was 12.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, you were.
Yeah.
That's a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
hot
young
kid?
still.
No, I'm kidding.
No,
Let's not talk.
No, I'll get right into it. No, I wasn't a hot kid. I had these like weird years because like I would go from being like a little stout,
Okay.
and then I'd hit a growth spurt. I gained 2-3 inches, and I kind of leaned myself out, and it was like every year when I played sports, starting at like when I first had to try out for like hockey, you realize like, oh, like this year I'm gonna have a really bad year, dude. Like I'm not making the team I want to. And then you play one season, and then the next year you go to try out, you're 4 inches taller and you make the best team. And it's just like, this is weird. So yeah, I was not an attractive kid, I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe as like a 4-year-old from like my mom's eyes.
I was into like most what I would want to call like average bodied sports like soccer and basketball. Well, basketball as kids. And every kid played soccer for some reason in the mid 2000s. What the fuck happened? Everyone was playing soccer. What happened?
Dude, the financial collapse. People are like, I'm not paying $200 for a baseball bat, dude. Here's a ball.
That's how bad 9/11 was. We get one terrorist act, and then all of a sudden we're playing soccer in the streets. That's how quickly we crumble.
You know what's crazy? We invaded Iraq, and then we just kind of became
It's because
Iraq.
soccer's like we would just put down like two like cans, and we're like, okay, that's that goal, this goal, and you just need a ball. With a basketball, you need a basketball hoop, and you can say, oh, like in the and that's what I'm saying. Like even in good places, sometimes the basketball hoops are just fucked up from people who just come in and like jamming,
Oh yeah, but also
kids just jamming.
I think 100%.
I would climb up on those fuckers.
Oh my gosh.
If I
had the ability to dunk, dude, and I could hang on the rim, I'm hanging all day, dude.
Dude, I'm gonna, of course.
Yeah. Might do a pull-up
What do you
to
think?
really like
The moment I
set
got
the mood.
tall enough to slam dunk on a 6-foot hoop at the elementary school, when I would have to, I had to go back as a freshman in high school.
That was a big day for you.
That
was a big day
in
for
high
you.
school drunk. Like we were just day drinking. No, wait. I think we were day drinking at my friend Jordan's house, Cheez-It.
Were you just reenacting like Billy Madison? You're like, I'm going back to school.
But it was like, pretty much. Yeah. But we were freshmen in high school at this point, and I was finally like, I had the hops, I still kind of have hops in comparison to my body. Mm-hmm. I got a good percentage. I think I can, like, with the jump cover.
What's the vert?
I think I used to have 2.5 because I got short legs, but I got power because it's wrestling and gymnastics that I got into.
Gymnastics builds crazy muscle,
no, yeah. And trampoline gymnastics is what I got really into. And when you're coming down, that's like
impact
500 pounds.
Yeah.
Coming down with the G forces. Yeah. So I did tear my fucking leg, but we're getting back in there.
What'd you tear?
I don't know. I don't really have health insurance. But the urgent care doctor said, ice it, you're good. And just, he said, try to rehab it healthy. Because I've been, I was in sports long enough, and I took a lot of like exercise phys classes and like medical assisting. I know how to like safely rehab an injury, especially if I'm in my own head. I don't know if I could do it for another person, obviously. But I rejuvenated it, and it's still like sometimes it'll get creaky, especially if I'm eating like a lot of dairy and shit and inflation from beer. It'll get like creaky at the end of the day, especially serving, walking around all day. But you just like, I know how to crack it like this. I crack my knees, which is so cool.
Yeah,
that's probably not going to be good in the future. But
I mean, so yeah, like not to cut you off and like derail, but like
no, we're all derailed.
We've been all over the place. By the way, we have gone multiple racist jokes already. We've been going for it.
We're 10 minutes in.
That feels on brand. That feels on brand.
Hell yeah, dude. You're like, let me make sure I have no job to really hone in on comedy. And you come here and we're like, Rice Spice. Rice Spice is the name of the episode. That's so good.
That's actually incredible, dude.
Oh, for sure.
You know what the worst part is? Like, I don't believe in taking pictures of people at the gym, but the next time I see him, I want to be like, yo.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to this gym currently.
No, this is a real thing. Like, this happened 2 days ago. Yes.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
bro, imagine pussies getting.
But that's what, dude. I saw them and I was like, that's so like interesting, and they're both just like really like, you can tell they're like, they love each other and they're like helping each other get better, and there's like this like push factor, and I was just like, oh, that's such a like a dope brotherly thing. And then I saw
they must hate their parents so much though.
Oh, dude.
For that sibling bonding happens when you are like oh yeah, I noticed. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, that's where the biggest bonding comes from.
Oh yeah,
siblings.
I think me and my sister, the reason we're so close is just like this idea that it was always like team us, like even from a young age, like we just but yeah, wow.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Is such a crazy thing. But yeah, I still can't. I'm looking at this microphone. Like, look, this is.
That's the color.
Like,
even when I had my hair, I was a ginger, but I was kind of blonde.
Which, by the way, when you told me that, I was like, really?
I'll pull up a picture.
No, you showed me a picture, and it blew. I was like, dude, that's.
And in the winter, it got a little dark red, but I mean darker, but it never got to like the orange because that's a whole different like hue scale. Because there are different like tints. Same thing with brunettes. There's like 10 different types of what a brunette can look like.
It's all about Pantones.
And also, no one believes that they have black hair. Anytime that I've told a person that they have black hair, they're like, no, unless it's a black person. Like, yeah, of course, and black is beautiful.
Of course.
Yeah, but I dated a lot of Latinas. I'm like, you've met Latinas, and you're like, I know brunettes, and you're not one. But there's also not a name for. There's gingers, brunettes, and black hair. I think that's the problem.
You got it.
And also, I'm saying the color black hair. I'm not saying the race of people with black hair, because I gotta say, if I had like the shade of black hair, but I also didn't have the options, because black people got options. They got they got a lot of options with their hair. I mean, I could just do like buzzed, swoopy, Caesar cut, and now I'm bald. Which also big thing in that community too.
I think that's a big thing for just humans in general, dude. I feel like there's a lot of bald people.
Are you going back at all?
Oh, I mean, I've been obsessed with this.
Actually, yeah. Take off your hat.
Oh yeah, we'll take this off. Right?
No, I'm kidding. I'm not Southern. No, I don't give a fuck.
But
which is fun because I'm from here, but I'm not Southern. If that makes sense, which is stupid, but. Oh, that would be cool if you're just like in the booth with it.
Yeah, just like, hey, what's up,
dude? Rappers wear headphones all the wrong ways. Like, yeah, what's up, dog?
It's like trying to like copy T.I.'s hat in the early 2000s. Just like,
this is actually very hard for me. I need eye contact while talking.
You look like the character from X-Men. You know
I mean? Cyclops. Yeah. Wait, wait, put it back down. This is a good thumbnail. All right, yeah, this is fun.
Look for us in the next buddy cop movie.
Good buddy cop movie. Give a The Good Guys is good.
The Other Guys.
Yep. The Good Guys is another movie.
Yes.
The Other
There's
Guys is very good.
There's also The Bad Guys, the animated movie.
Oh wow, you can pull that. End of Watch.
Good one.
Dude,
good one.
End of Watch, dude. That's a tearjerker.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's the rough ending.
Yeah, I mean, for what you were expecting versus
when
what
she said I'm pregnant, I'm like, he's gonna die. Or what was the in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, spoiler alert, I don't feel like
it's been long
matters.
enough. It's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
You got to know. You got to go see these.
But when Rocket was locked up in the cage and they were like, let's all make up names for each other. I'm like, no.
Dude, that movie, I have not been.
That got me.
I haven't been broken like that since.
Because everyone loves animals.
Yeah, dude.
And they figured out how to, like, they poked every single needle into the brain to, like, get you to tear up during that movie. There was relationship shit. There was, like, father-son shit, mother-daughter shit. It was all nostalgia. Dude,
like,
they really
so
jerked me on that one. They jerked me out.
Of course, though. You're so emotionally tied to these characters and, like, you know, like you get to see Peter Quill and kind of like.
And I literally watched both the first and second one for the first time
Perfect.
within 2 weeks leading up to that with my dad. And I was like, God damn it, he did it right. I should thank him for that. Like, that was a proper way to show me something because I just have a problem of like, I have relevancy bias or recency bias where like it, you know, I keep moving, Rolling Stone type thing. Yeah, but that was like that got me, dude. End of watch, Guardians of the Galaxy. A good rec for a movie. No Country for Old Men. I just watched that. Really? How did I just watch that? Oh no, my fucking camera's shut. 1 second. Let's keep talking. It doesn't matter.
You're good. I can't believe you just saw that movie. Yeah, Phenomenal flick. Phenomenal flick. Good. Yeah, I think the reason dude, the best, I mean, if we're talking buddy cop movies, like the first thing that pops to my head is Rush Hour.
Really?
Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, dude, I had that movie on DVD and I must have watched that, I mean, thousands of times. Like watching Jackie Chan climb that like bamboo scene and he's like leaning over, Chris Tucker's like, I mean, some of the lines from that were so incredible. Like, I can't believe I flew 10,000 miles for this shit. Like, Chris Tucker was...
Where's Chris Tucker?
Dude, he... what movie was he just in? He was in something recently. But he was trying to get the next movie off the ground. And there was, like, a little bit of traction that they were going to bring those back. So that was, like... That was massive. That was a movie I watched all the time as a kid. But, yeah, good buddy cop movies other than Rush Hour, which seems like an easy cop-out. I would say, like, Let's Be Cops.
I've never seen Let's Be Cops. Who is in that?
It's the guys from New Girl. I'm like the worst. I think it's Jake Johnson and...
The fact you have a girlfriend...
Pull it up, Jamie.
Yeah, hey guys, pull it up and leave it in the comments 2 months from now, and then I'll never see it.
I'll never see it.
So, do you have a girlfriend? No. How have you seen New Girl? Sister? Mom? Yourself?
No, dude. Like during the pandemic, and like I've always been like I'll watch shit like if it's bingeable, if I can watch like all of it at once. Like if I'm doing something in the background, I'm not. Like
I think that's not just shows. You like that about life. You like in the indulgence, and I'm a similar thing. And you have the similar like recency thing of you like running through something.
Of course, I think that's.
I'll get a little
important.
closer if you could.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Literally, I love how I'm like. I never wore headphones, and I had some audio issues, but ever since I started enforcing myself to use headphones, same amount of audio issues is because it doesn't, when you're in the room, you kind of forget of like, I'm the producer of this, or like I haven't been checking the camera. I don't know how much footage is just not there. It's not missing. It just didn't happen because my camera shut off because it got too hot. Because of like the light mounting off, so I kind of try to cover it. Yeah. Hey guys, sorry, this is too much tech talk. All right.
Listen, we're just two guys having a conversation. That was like my problem. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, so like I just want to let's just talk like, what? And then I'm like, oh yeah, there's a camera, dude.
That's exactly what a podcast is.
Should be.
And also looking at the cameras. I don't know. It's weird. It feels weird for me.
I just feel like when I look at it, like I just like have to be like intense, where it's like, here's this thing.
No one can see you. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably good, dude.
Yeah.
Probably good. I look ugly today, man. I feel gross.
That's always like 50% in your head and 50% like you look like you could catch some more Z's. That's for sure. And by that I don't mean Xanax because that's X.
Yeah. We all know the alphabet now.
We all know the alphabet.
We should make.
It is funny how X is called ecstasy. And like we call ecstasy X. Yeah. But for Xanax,
no, that's just somebody that couldn't read and was like, that looks like ecstasy to me.
No,
like X.
Right. Or, I mean, Xanax, I saw it and I'm like, what is this fucking Native American word right here? you know, like Axaquatl or something, you know?
Oh, yeah. Axaquatl. That's great, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always feel like just like the words in general, like if you really think about it, like the way letters are compounded and like how we say them, weird thought. Like it's just weird.
You've smoked, yeah, you're a bit of a pothead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you smoke enough weed, you it's kind of like one of those things, if you repeat the same word 50 times, it makes no sense after a while. But that kind of happens at a cosmic scale. Sometimes when you're, or like even anything, you don't need to smoke weed. It's just like, if you think about it too much, words don't make any sense. And that's why naming pets, I have a whole joke where trying to work it out of, it doesn't matter what language you speak to this cat. They react to mood and sounds and energy. They don't know their fucking name.
Well, yeah, like there's like it again. Let's
and obviously
not forget.
we want to label it, but you can call it Lil Fokker.
Yeah.
And that's his name. It's a Lil Fokker.
Cats are apex predators through and through still. So like,
I don't know.
of
We
course-
got one downstairs and she's dude. She's so
Listen.
cute, but the cutest cats don't do shit because they know they're hot. You know?
Well, yeah, it's like a hot person. It's that comparison. I think though that like you were onto
no
something.
job. Hey,
Because like yeah, let's just celebrate that, dude. I just feel like
got your ass.
Yeah, I'm sitting here having a great conversation, and then I'm like, yeah, I am a bum, dude. Like I'm a bum.
Wearing a long sleeve shirt with no pants. Like you're
No pants.
It's fun. You're showing more legs than arms. I think there's something in the Bible about that. I don't know if you can do that on Sunday, on the Lord's Day.
On the Lord's Day, you're gonna wear those hoochie daddy shorts, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, the fucking farm
Pink-
salmon
pink neon?
Yeah, showing bulge on the cast.
I mean, I
Bro,
don't
it
think there's
might
much
be
bulge. Maybe I don't know.
No, you're sending. Oh, I got him self-conscious.
No. I was gonna actually move. So here, I'll be
Hell
right
yeah,
in the
dude.
viewpoint. You can let me know about this bulge.
I'm gonna look back at the analytics, and this is gonna be like 300% of views.
It's just gonna be like my mom. She's just gonna be she's gonna be like, yay.
Jesus. So, are you close to the dad? Where does he live?
He lives in Mesa.
Could I have another?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they were here.
Yeah, I do have some. If you want to hang out afterwards, if you do want to go to the Whining Pig, how long does that run?
I have no idea. I don't know the time. Yeah.
Your dad?
No, my dad and I, oh wow, this is just like such a, yes. We're close, but in like our ways. Like we've made connections that are
Man
like,
shit.
No, not even so much that.
How so?
Like my dad was like, I thought about this the other day when I was wearing a suit. Like growing up, like first things that I always remember.
Wearing a suit, watching New Girl.
What, dude?
Just sitting around watching New Girl
Yeah.
in a suit.
Yeah. Literally just cosplaying John Mulaney and just being like, the writing's so good.
That's hot.
Yeah.
I would do that if I was taller.
If you were taller.
There's no way I'm John Mulaney. It's just
Dude.
like a hair thing. But you could style yourself though. Yeah.
But well, and so
Clean
that's
shaven too. You have
Yeah, I
to.
should
Or
do
like
that more.
he's never had like a 1 o'clock shadow. He's pretty
yeah.
clean shaven.
He is always clean shaven. That's
Baby face.
interesting.
I think it's just because he can't grow it out. Probably just like the
Yeah.
cheeks.
Good jawline though. Like he has like a good face.
Solid
I feel like
jawline.
my face is not like a face. Like as soon as I could grow facial hair, I was like, yeah, let's just get this going.
Throw it up.
Yeah. And for the longest time, it was just like sideburns. You're like, this is not helping me.
And then the moment it connects down here, you connect it. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not a good move. That's like a lady getting bangs. You got to get it one time really bad and
Yeah.
learn your lesson. Otherwise, that's your style now. But I'm trying to grow it out, but it's just like the cheeks. I just need to push up right here. Because right here, it's fine. But
Yeah.
I need to, it's coming in. But as a bald guy, it's the hyperfixation of you quit here and then you immediately move down. Yeah.
Yeah.
But your man shit is just like with the suit. Was he impressed or like what?
Who?
Your dad.
Oh, no. He was not. He was like, but this is what I was going to say. I always remember like growing up, my dad wore a suit and a tie every day. And he always was just like, well dressed. Like he always just like, in my opinion, always had like a nice suit, nice tie. But like the biggest thing was like, he always just like, he just wore it well. And like it was just one of those things. So like visually to me, like when you're going to work, it's like suit and tie. Like that's just what I've always tied it to.
Yeah.
And so now like when I wore that suit the other day, I was like, wow, I fucking feel like my old man. Like I'm gonna wear a suit and a tie, and then I'm gonna go have a happy hour event and spend like 2.5 hours.
Oh yeah, no, you
having
look
Miller
sharp.
Lights.
You look sharp that evening, man. I saw you afterwards, and you proceeded to get pretty drunk in a suit and tie. You were at Woodshed, yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Not no tie though. No tie. Suit.
Oh yeah, you
suit,
got to take
suit.
that. Oh, just suit, no tie at the
Suit.
event.
Oh, and that's why you're like, was the old man proud? No, dude. He looked at me. He's like, you're an idiot. He goes, a suit. Like, he's like a classic tailoring kind of guy. Like, he wants suit, tie. Tie is basically to the belt, but like
Lex Friedman like Agent Smith style.
No, I mean more.
But
just
how do
like,
you mean with it? Yeah, of course. Like he's just meaning more.
When you say Lex Friedman, I think like black, white. That's it.
But yeah, of course he had feng shui with colors. I bet.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like he can stylize the suit. But I don't know what was his fucking problem with it.
Oh, it was
What's his
because
deal?
it was because I wasn't wearing a long sleeve shirt. I was wearing this like well, fashion talk here. I was wearing this like half turtleneck. And it was like cream and a short sleeve, and it was like cotton knit, whatever.
Where do you find a turtleneck short sleeve?
Thrift store.
What?
Yeah.
How do those exist? How is your neck covered as much as your arm? What is happening?
I have two of them. Like I have this like army green one, and this like kind of like cream, not cream, but like goldish cream. I feel like I'm describing this like such a psycho about clothes, but yeah.
No,
I have
every
two of
girl
them.
every girl watching this, which hello, one person, it's Melody. Yeah, it's Melody. She's like, maybe I can see his bulge.
That's wild, dude. That's wild.
Oh, I said it. Okay, don't get offended. He's blushing right now. Can't see it on the 720 HP camera.
I feel like but no, yeah, he just hated it because like my dad's such a purist because his dad was a suit and a tie guy, and like my grandma was always dressed to the nines to go to work and stuff like that. So it was just one of those things where that's where
Your grandma went to work?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah,
Both
dude.
of my grandmas did. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
Goddamn right.
really. Yes.
I have actually three grandmas. R.I.P. Myrna.
Yes,
she went first, but the oldest one, she would have been pushing 100. No, she would have been 100 by now, I think. No, not almost. But
Math's
yeah,
hard
she died
sometimes.
young, and she didn't work. She was a housewife. But her husband, my grandpa on my mom's side, was a military guy. So they were set because of retirement back in the day. He was World War II.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm the youngest kid of my mom, and she's the youngest kid of them.
That's right, yeah.
So I was like 8 when they got.
Oh wow.
They got. You know.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, shooting, gang shit. Yeah.
Pulled up in the wrong
Old
neighborhood.
block, dog. No.
Yeah, both. Yeah, I actually have. This is weird. This is like the knee thing from earlier. We also got to name buddy cop movies, but there's a lot that I'm still remembering.
How is that the through line of this episode? This is why the fuck did I make notes for this?
I don't know.
I still have those notes, and some of them are hitters.
Well,
so.
I mean,
but the
whatever.
knee shit. What's happening?
No, I was just gonna say like the things we just have in common that are just like weird. I had 3 grandmas. I had.
One's a step, obviously a
Yes.
step on my dad's side.
Yeah, on my mom's side. So yeah, it's 3 grandmas. All 3 of them were working women. They were all just like about it. It's weird how that works too. Like I think it just was like who they were as people, and I think that like especially it's weird because like I see not weird. It's actually really cool. I get to see like I have a cousin who's my age who's a girl, and my younger sister. She's like 2 years younger, whatever. But like watching like how like they got to be around like my super like sassy fiery grandma who's just like really like a character and kind of why I'm the way I
Is she
am.
from the old country?
No.
What is she? Yeah, what was she like?
She was wild, dude.
Yeah, what's up with her? What's her deal?
To start, her and her sister were like youngest of 5, I think. It's weird because she never liked talking about this. But she was given up for adoption with her one sister, and her sister got adopted. And they got adopted by this older couple that couldn't have kids on their own. But he was kind of involved in some criminal activities. So she grew up in like just a really weird lifestyle. Like, like she lived in this like crazy house, and it was like, how are we paying for this? And it's like, do you see the fur coats up in the attic? Like, those are stolen, baby. Like, and so stuff like that. So like, adopted great grandfather was like a criminal, and yeah, just like this older Jewish couple. like French Canadian by like birth, but yeah, and moved to Minnesota after some things happened. And so she was just a character and grew up with this weird lifestyle. Like first time I ever saw a gun, I was 6 underneath her bed. She opened up a box looking for Beanie Babies, oddly enough, and
looking for Beanie Babies.
Yeah, yeah. There was this one specific one. It was like this big. It was like a long white wolf, and I was like, I vividly. But anyways, open it up. 3 guns.
You take out the Beanie Babies and immediately start.
Practicing. Well, when I saw the gun, I was like, I've done this before with Beanie Babies.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Man.
So 3 guns, no serial numbers, all scratched off, and they were just in a box, and like she just had them, dude. And then I later found out like she's dead, so we can talk about this. She had hollow points in the chambers.
What?
Yeah.
She's trying to blow a person's head off.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
She did crazy. Like when I say character and like crazy, I mean like
she's a wacky and she has hollow points.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. This is why when you're like, oh, your grandma's went to work, it's like, yeah, this lady was like and then on the opposite side, like I have my mom's mom who was just like was a nurse and then like worked at the library at their school. And then my other grandma was like, yeah, I ran car repossessions. I ran nightclubs. She's like, one time I crossed this Union picket line and I was like, I don't know if that's like super cool. Like, she's like, yeah, they called me in. I broke the picket line. Like, I was like, we're going back to work. Fuck you guys. Like, I was like, that's super not cool. She's just a union buster out here.
Dude, that's
we called her a ball buster, but she's a union buster now too.
Bro, she's just coming out.
No. She was wild, dude. So yeah, like that's, and I think the point I was like trying to connect is like you have a woman like that, and then you get to see how like my sister and my cousin Abby are, and like smaller women. Like my grandma was only 5 foot, but like when she walked into a room, I was like, yeah, she's not afraid of anyone here. Like, but that's because she had the gun with hollow points. Like she was a character.
God damn. And that's your mom's mom?
Paternal mother, grandmother.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and she's gone, but she was cool. She was really cool. And then, so like you have these grandmas, like she worked and did weird odd jobs, dude. And like just funniest thing that like I still remember, I have a friend, and she's known me since like the 7th grade, whatever. But my grandma used to like drop me off at school sometimes or pick me up, me, my cousin, and my sister, because we were all there at the same time. And she would be like sitting in the school pickup, and she had this like black Ford, and she'd sit there like this cross-legged, like I can't do it. Yeah. Reading a book, smoking a cigarette, gold aviators like Ray-Bans, ponytail that goes up and then all the way down to her butt.
Damn.
Wearing a turtleneck sweater and like just sitting there smoking, and they're like, you can't smoke this close to a school. And she's like, fuck you. She just didn't care.
What a just smoking in a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, the best.
God damn.
So yeah, I think
that's for sure an imprint for you. For like what's your type? Who are the people you try to date?
Oh, I think this is because of like the women I've been around, even like my own mom, like because that's like obviously what that weird like psychoanalytical thing where like you're like attracted to the traits you've been around or whatever. Like if you like stability, you kind of find somebody who's very stable. And like I think the thing that I really appreciate in a woman is like independence. Not like you have to like, I'm not like this, like you have to do this or that. I don't care. I just want you to have your own thing that you're kind of into and passionate about, because then I think it helps like appreciate like what I like about like doing stand up or whatever, like why I'm passionate about it, and like why like, hey, like, yeah, I'm going to go do this thing and you don't have to come with me, but I will come back. And like that thing, I think that helps if they have like their own thing that they're passionate about, whether it be like an incredible woman with a career or like, you know, you have all these different things. I don't know. I don't have like a
complete person though.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's also, I was going to say that's very healthy. And everyone should search for a person. And it's not that they complete you entirely of like whatever. And I hate the term like the ick or whatever, because people are turning off people from their lives that could be like a good person to be with, But people are looking for this perfect monolith of a fucking character in their life that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you give 20, they have to give 80. And some days you're both at fucking 30. And you got to just realize in those moments, those are where the big blow up fights happen. It's where you're both not at 100%. Because you've both been at 100%. You know those times, and those are the great times in a relationship. And that's something I need to learn how to do, is just let go of things that are way out of my control. It's not even like things that I should even influence to try to change in a person. If I don't like this person wholly, then I don't like this person. But that's also, just accept their faults. But if you're saying, I don't like this person, you just shut them off, accept their faults.
That's a tremendous point.
Yeah, it's like, you can't just block out people. Because I see that even with my parents. They've been married for years. And my dad's parents got divorced, and my mom has been divorced before she met my dad. And both of them I've seen them work through very tough things in the relationship. But they work through it, and they're like very close.
Yeah.
And they still love each other. And it's very evident too. And it's really, that's all it is. Like, it loves a lot of work. And I think that's why I've been avoiding relationships, is because I know that. I'm not dumb. And I'm wise enough to know that it's a lot of work. But I play it off and make jokes. And that's why we're good at making jokes, is because it's coping. It's all coping.
I think we're very similar in this again, Seth. I think the idea that, like, you have to take onus of your own thing too. Like what you just described there, and like how you kind of figured that out for yourself, and taking in other like situations you've experienced, and like watching what that takes. I think that's a wonderful way of putting it. Like in the similar sense, my parents are still together, and like the other day, dude, they're just like on the couch watching TV together. They like went and got takeout, and they're just like sitting watching this show that they're like super into. And like my mom is like, oh hi, like da da da, and wants to like have this super long conversation, and like my dad's just sitting there like, please God, can you stop talking? And like he's just going, like he's going to the bathroom. Let it, like he doesn't need to have this long chat, which I love. But anyways, my dad's just like getting there, and he's annoyed. But then like they like turn the TV back on, and they're like, that's just how they love each other. Like they're like, yeah, they have things that they get annoyed about, but it also is like, I love this person. So like no matter what it is, we're like making this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just hard, man. And that's why a lot of people are very scared of it in our generation, is because kids these days don't want to work. But really it's because we have all these options of fucking like online dating is a shit show, man. It's so bad. But everyone, because the options seem so there and cheap and grabbable, they don't seem valued because they seem cheap and grabbable. And
instant gratification.
Yes.
Which is why like people, I think, are so obsessed with social media and like the way they're interpreted and like all these things, because it's like, how can I get what my serotonin boost? And it's not fulfilling. It's not like it doesn't last long at all. Yeah, and like to me, I think that's like a big problem with dating in general. I think it's just a wild, wild world, man. I think you have to be like a good communicator, and I think kids that grew up texting and having an iPad in their face don't really know how to like look at somebody and be like, hey, this is whatever this is. Like, let's talk about what I think and what you think, and like meet somewhere.
No, I have a whole problem with avoidance of emotion, and I'm very good at it because I've been like, that was just the role that I had to play. I was around a lot of people who were very emotional, so it just kind of takes the air out of the room sometimes when that happens. So you have to stone face, because what else are you gonna fucking do? Make it worse and blow up and cause a scene? No, I don't. And it's also, I don't want to be a burden, but that also comes down to even simple things like stating boundaries in a relationship. Seems like a harder thing for people with the problem I have, because I don't see my emotions as worthy, or it's like saying I'm thirsty or I'm hungry. I have a problem, and this is what my problem is. And stating that thing, instead of like the avoidance, makes you a great actor and a liar and a manipulator of like trying to keep everything great, and making yourself accountable for other people's happiness makes everyone sad. Yeah.
I keep saying because like I couldn't agree more. I think it's a very spot on definition. I think that's
right. And you can't handle how people will take you. And the people who care the least are liked the most.
So let me ask you this then. Do you worry about like what other people think about you?
It's crippling, yes.
Really?
Like
Okay.
20 times a day I remember embarrassing shit that I've done, but you shouldn't show it because I don't believe that any confidence is real.
Yeah.
Because
it's a con.
It's con. Yeah, it's a con artist, and I'm painting. I'm Picasso over here. Yeah, but you have to be confident.
Yeah, I think
And, like,
that's such a weird thing.
This one girl one time said, like, why do short guys always seem confident? I'm like, those are the ones you see in the wild. There's some brothers locked in the basement. Let me tell you.
I just rewatched Benchwarmers, and that reminds me of the kid that is bullied, and he's like, my peanut butter castle, like that. That's
right.
Some of them might not be out in public yet.
Yeah, a short ginger kid who did gymnastics.
Gotta have confidence.
Gotta have so much confidence, and that's what I'm saying. Is like I'm being truthful. Is I'm insecure about a lot of things, everything. Yeah. I overanalyze everything, but lately I have been getting better at just realizing that's not true, and it's not forever, because you aren't a collection of memories acting recklessly. You're a collection of memories trying to do what your wisdom says to do, because knowledge is cool, but you got to exercise, and wisdom is the exercising of your knowledge.
Action's always better than knowledge.
And actions speak louder, and words, all that shit. But you're more than that. You're the future to come, and for a lot of guys, there's a weird gene that some guys have where they don't believe that they're going to exist to a certain... They think that they're going to die young.
I think that, but for different reasons.
And then you end up being 45, and you're like, shit.
Dude.
Fuck, I'm here.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it's not even a
kind of like
suicidal
oversleeping,
thing.
like sleeping on the bus. You miss your stop. You're like, fuck.
Right. And then
to go 2 streets back.
And you wake up in this place where you didn't expect to be, and you're like, I could have done it all differently, but it's just because you didn't expect to get there. And that's very sad, because not a lot of guys talk about that. It's like a lot of guys expect to die young, and they choose paths in life to make it so. They join gangs, or they
self-fulfillment,
take drugs, or they do all these things that are very harmful to them. Mm-hmm. Kind of in a self-fulfillment of like a slow suicide.
Do we have to acknowledge all the women and people that have been saying like manifest and like, because that seems kind of what it is. Like if you
we're literally
speak
saying
things like
vision board, manifest.
I mean,
type
like
I know.
I mean
God,
that's
damn it.
It's just the way it is. We gotta guess.
Shit, I knew it.
That's why my dad never loved me. God damn it!
Pink shorts, like maybe with your legs crossed. Dude, in a long.
I am a very effeminate man. It sounds
effeminate, yes.
Like effeminate, whatever it is. I just like I had a lot of women that were a part of my life, like raised me and stuff. So I used to like, this is always so funny to me, but like the first girl I ever dated, I met in a nail salon while I was asleep in the massage chair while my sister and mom got mani-pedis. And like she just like walked in with her mom, and I met her at like probably like kindergarten, first grade. Vivid memory. And then fast forward, I dated her in high school. So like just like shit like that, and like like liking clothes or whatever, and like
it would be way funnier if you were in the massage chair and you woke up and you're like, whoa, hey, you're jerking me? No,
I didn't pay for that.
Yeah. Whoa, yeah, you don't even work. Hey, do you work here? No.
Could you imagine? You just like wake up and you're just like, I'm not paying for that. Like
waking up to that is both startling and
it's criminal.
But it's so cool. Hey,
yeah,
that's dope.
What you're doing is enjoyable.
yeah. And to the point of like, who is this again? Like that's when I'm first waking up. It's kind of hard to be like,
oh yeah.
Like,
it's
not. I'm not a whore.
Halle Berry, is that you? Oh, hi. How's it going?
It's Jim, Ben, and Jerry's. All right, I did one. I wanted to ask you something. As a kid, did you ever run up the stairs on all fours?
Yeah, I would say yeah. I mean, like, I don't.
You got that dog in you.
I mean, I don't know if I have like the vivid memory, but there were like definitely like there's definitely just times.
You guys know what I'm talking about when you're.
Yeah, like the monster's coming to get me. Yeah.
You think it's way faster.
Yeah, I had no upper body strength, but I'm like, I'm gonna push myself with my arms. Speaking of just derailment,
go.
Did you see the guy that has a $20,000 border collie suit?
Yeah, I saw that, dog.
That's all I could think about when you're like all fours, and I was like, not like a dog,
but
kind of like a dog.
Yeah, I saw that, and I really did some research on it. I'm like, there's no way. This is an Onion article. Nope.
This was me just trying to tell Seth that I spent 20 grand on a border collie suit.
It's him, guys. We found him. Take off the... What if that dog becomes a superhero, and like that's the first like vigilante we have? I'm like, take off the mask.
It's like we just never know, you know?
Oh my god, that's so.
Sorry.
All right, no, that's very funny. Just to think of you in a dog suit. The ladies are wet. If you go to a shitty place like McDonald's or Jack in the Box, are you making modifications?
No.
Yeah.
Well.
Go off.
Okay. One modification. I don't like pickles.
It's always pickles or onions.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's literally just it. Anything else is fine. I can do the onions raw, like whatever, like the sauce, whatever. But I mean, like to me, is it a modification if somebody just says plain? Like it's just like
just like meat and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. As long as it's a easily explainable thing.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
because like working like when you like have to take people's orders at some point and like in any capacity, you start to just get like, dude, I'll give you two.
Yeah.
That's it. Otherwise, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah, it's usually after two things. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Yeah. Especially with omelets, people are freestyling out here. They fucking hit me with 16 bars on this.
Dude, the second
let me get an athlete. Let me use cracks. Let me get no mushrooms. Get zucchini in that.
With some ham.
Get potatoes in the bag with the little wheat toast. Yeah.
Damn, you were spitting, dude.
Yeah. Hey guys,
You're
by the way,
spitting.
I am a lyricist. Wait, another derailment.
I'm not a rapper.
I've been doing this very funny character, and one of my coworkers reminded me of it. When I was really drunk one time at a bar, I started because country was playing, and to the country song, I was changing the lyrics to be about a country singer.
I hear you do this all the time.
Who seems romantic, but he's just gonna murder the lady. He's like, I'm gonna pick you up in my pickup truck, and then I'll tie you up, take you to the woods, blindfold you. I'm gonna make you feel good when I put two holes in the back of your head. And
what?
They were just dying laughing.
That's hilarious. Like, what? 2 holes in the back of your head to end it? Like, what? That's the capitalization. Like, damn.
Because I love you, girl.
Because I love you.
I love you so much. No one else can have you.
Courtney and Kirk, dude. Story as old as time.
I don't know why that's. Or another funny character. The song is about this girl, pretty much, it's this lady who thinks she's freaky, but she really just wants to die. But she doesn't know how to be sad. So she's like, literally, daddy, like choke me and spit on me, fucking slap me, just literally murder me, like take me to the middle of the woods and fucking put me in a shallow grave, daddy. Like literally bury me alive. Oh my God.
Bury me alive.
She thinks you've met those girls
Suffocation
who are
king.
literally, yeah, it's always like the girls on the edge who are very like, I'm freaky, I'm quirky. I'm like, no, you're exhibitionist. Like, there's a difference between I have a quirk and it seems like you want to be attacked, which is cool. Hey, I'll attack you. Let me know. But it's like that's it to me. I'm like, okay, let me put on my stage paint. You know, because it's an act. I'm not sorry. I'm not into attacking people. You know.
Yeah, I also think like maybe it's just that. It just depends, like sexually how you go, but like dude, back to the online dating being crazy. I've said this before, but like there was this girl that I matched with, who like on Hinge had like a picture of her like in clown makeup, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I like a good it thing. That's cool. And then she had like her Twitter linked, and I was like, okay. So I like go to the Twitter, and like 3 like pictures in on like her media thing on Twitter. This sounds like such a cyber sleuth. Wow, this is weird. But I was like, I need to know this is weird. Like this.
Yeah, you gotta investigate.
Yeah, and so like I didn't even read the bio. I just went right to the media, and I was like, let's see, like whatever. 3 pictures down, it's her in a blow up like kids pool with like balloon animals being shoved, like full clown makeup. Yeah. And it was like, what the fuck? And then I scrolled up, and it was just like, it was like corn emoji and like a bunch of emojis that basically were just kind of like
it's like
Yeah, I was like, whoa. And
100.
Yeah, you know when you look at something and you're like, I don't know whether to be scared or excited. And that's how it felt.
Your dick is like scared hard, you know? It's like,
dude.
Hey, are we out here? Yeah. It's in the trenches,
Am I enjoying this or am I terrified?
Yeah, your dick's shell-shocked.
Yeah. Have you ever ridden a motorcycle before?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how I felt the first time I got on a motorcycle.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I should be scared or excited, but I'm feeling both emotions, and I'm kind of.
It's vibrations and emotions, just riding hard.
Oh, dude, especially when you kind of don't know what you're doing when you first start. And you're like, oh,
it's literally sex. Yeah. Because you think you want to go to sixth gear, but if sixth gear crashes, it's more cataclysmic.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Yeah.
Your first time having sex is buying a motorcycle off Facebook Marketplace. Going to get into sixth gear, thinking that's what you need to do, and then realizing you don't have sixth gear, and embarrassing yourself when you're in neutral essentially.
Yeah, that whole meme of like when she says deeper and you're already you're already halfway, like your body's in there. Hey ladies, why are you so fucking freaky? Let's calm down.
I'm not gonna say that. Ladies, be as freaky as you want. I'm not gonna say that.
No, I want to argue. I feel like it's just like a competition of like yeah, and also
who cares though if it's competition or not?
I don't want to know what you've done. Don't tell me your history. I'm not asking.
You know what?
It's always these ladies, and they'll just drop it out of nowhere. Where it's like 5 times into seeing them, they'll just like drop some crazy story, and you're like, "Hey man, we're fucking at Olive Garden. There's like a baby over at the other table, like." Just astonished. I'm like, dude, hey, what?
Yeah.
It's so casual to where I'm like,
she's like, one time
there's a difference between sex positive and a thing of being like, you're so out in the open. I've definitely done that with this podcast. Let me tell you, I've learned that lesson. I've been way too open on certain things.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just fucking, hey guys, chill out. We don't, why are we pulling ropes out on first dates? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Dude. Hey, Gen Z, stop being so goddamn freaky.
You only get so many opportunities at love. Don't waste them.
It's not
Don't
love.
waste
How
them.
many times can I slap you before I say I love you? It's like, really? Do I? I think that we're setting up a bad pattern from the start, and it's cool if you trust someone. That I'm not saying that, but I hate people kink shaming being vanilla. You know what I mean? It's like what. I'm not saying, I can only bust in missionary. No, that's crazy. I'm saying
that would be wild.
Stop forcing people who you just met into like, I don't know. It seems like people, it's either two ways. Either they're just very friendly and upfront, or it very quickly takes that turn into like
aggression. And
that's the only thing we can do. Yeah, it's just like, maybe I'm not in the mood to hit people today. Like, what the fuck? And like, how? Oh, God damn it! All right.
Sounds like I hit the boxing gym all day yesterday. I'm sore.
It's a performative people pleaser thing. Yeah. Of like, yeah, I'll do it, but God damn it, I'm putting on a clown nose to make it bust. Yeah, like God damn it.
I don't know. I feel like in general, I think it's part of the instant gratification, which I think is good. Like in the real world, like when it's like, are you into this or not? If you're not, let's just like, we don't need to do bye. Like that I think is good. I think people feel more comfortable now than ever to just like kind of be themselves, which is rad. But yeah, I get where you're coming from with the like the notion that like you shouldn't like
jump straight into.
I mean, if you want to marry this person, it might be a better play. But if you're just like, let's just have casual sex and hang out, dude. I mean, like,
right. And it's just what I'm saying. I guess it's like, man, I guess the competitive thing. It does seem like a competition of like,
of course,
who's busting out the first butt plug? Like it's a quick draw. It's like a fucking, I'll meet you at sunset. Yeah,
I'll meet you at sunset.
I meet you at high noon, and then you both like see who fucking presses the weird buttons first.
I think it also just comes down to like people have been so shaped by like porn and just like sex has been readily available.
I think that's what it is.
Like,
it's just we've been seeing wild shit for too long to where we're just like
very desensitized.
Yeah,
dude. Like I was thinking about this the other day. Like, how do I make this like the lady that fucked a dog work as a bit? And I was like, I've been on the internet since I was
and now there's a guy in a dog suit.
dude, I was like,
Is there a cutout for it? That would be funny.
honestly, dude, I've thought about becoming a furry. I was like, this seems like an indulgent thing, but let's do it.
Damn, oh man, that's a whole thing of furries. It's like,
I think it's the anonymity. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, you're a walking glory hole.
I think what we just described about like people just like going up and being immediate about like, let's do this crazy sexual thing. I think that's how furries feel, but they don't want. They're just like scared to like outwardly say it face to face, so that like wall essentially of the suit changes it.
Yeah, the more I think about my problems with sex, the more I think like, damn, this sounds like a molested person's talking right now. Because I like the moment you like, my problem with when people open up immediately with that, it seems dehumanizing to me. I'm like, there's so much more I wanted to address before we got there. How am I taking it slow? I'm the guy here.
Well, to a similar degree though, they
don't want to take it deep. The only thing they want to take deep. Yeah. Yeah, but that is my problem of like, it seems dehumanizing of like, why are we just, because now you're just going to remember me as the guy who likes this instead of like.
So I'm gonna find a through line here just to kind of, I'll tie it back.
Buddy cop movies.
Buddy cop movie. No.
We're tying up close to an hour soon, so I do want to find a button on that.
Yeah. What you said about like, just like being like emotionally distant earlier and things like that. I think what I'm kind of maybe seeing is like similar traits in myself where like I feel like I sometimes care about something a lot, but I don't want anyone to know. And I care so much, but I don't think I can do anything to really change it. You know what I mean? And so you just kind of like become bitter or cold to that. And then like, so what you're saying where like it feels desensitized when somebody just like comes up and says that, seems like you care deeply about people and enjoy them. So like when you're looking like at a girl or like a potential partner, whatever, you're kind of coming to the conclusion that like, oh, like what I'm attracted to isn't what your like sexual thing. It's like, I want to know you. Like I want like.
And yeah, don't get me wrong. If like.
Again, I'm not saying you can't have casual.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, you're a comic. I didn't say you couldn't go and have casual sex. I'm saying like.
But I do have. Exactly, I'm very good with that. But I'm. It's a harder thing when you try to have more emotions with it. I guess it's just like I'm scared to be hurt. I am. No, like
Why though?
I'm scared to feel. I'm scared to be hurt because of like fear of rejection, fear of people not liking me, and it's also the fear of realizing like people do like me. Like numerically, if I took an average of people who would say that, it's positive, and people do like me well enough. But it's like I'm your own worst enemy, and
absolutely,
yeah, like the person who hates me the most is probably myself.
Oh, it's definitely me for sure.
Myself.
Self-loathing.
And even though I've seen all of my highs, I've seen all my lows, and that's the big problem of like remembering 18 embarrassing things a fucking day where you're just like, fucking kill me, fucking shoot me in the face.
I think being self-aware is a good thing, but it also can be really bad.
Exactly. I'm way too analytical, and my memory is so selective upon bad things, and it's because of like ADHD is very closely paired with anxiety of just. And I hate saying anxiety because it's not crippling. It's not fucking like I can't do things in the day. It's just my fingernail. I've always been biting my fingernails. I'm over analytical of small things, and that also does add to comedy. Of I notice small things, and when you pick out a small thing about a person that person does that they thought no one could see, it shows that I'm paying attention to people, but also it shows I'm not paying attention to myself.
Well, yeah, I think that's also part of the...
But when I pay attention to myself, it's dark. I don't want to... But that's a good thing, too, is there's no... When I get older, I'll be happy. Once I have money, I'll be happy. Once I find the right person, I'll be happy. It's like, no, when you get older, you have to work harder. You're going to be more tired. You're going to have more bills. And it's like, life doesn't get easier.
No.
You get better at it. That's the only thing you can do is try to get better at it and just leading yourself down good paths of thought instead of spiraling. Notice that you're spiraling,
super positive.
And then it takes 1,000 spirals where you're acknowledging in the spiral, this is happening. It takes 1,000 of those just to realize, hey, I'm about to be spiraling like mentally.
Yeah.
You just got to outthink it. If you're so smart, outthink your depression, smart people. I hate smart people saying I'm fucking, I have anxiety. I'm like, you're smart, right? You literally try to control your mind and just force yourself to smile. It rubs off. Say good things about yourself. Self-affirmation. Do good things. Take a walk. Go work out. Eat good foods. Stop.
Maybe I'm just like
shitty.
petty and bitter because like what you're saying right now, I do the opposite of because to me, like I have to I have to hate myself a little bit. I have to because I'm very complacent. I can be very comfortable with something.
Yes.
That like in like the idea like I could gain a bunch of weight again and just be like, okay.
Yeah.
But if I have a little bit of the self-hatred thing where I'm looking at myself and it's like, you're being lazy, you need to go do this thing, stop putting it off. And then you do it and then you feel better. Like going to the gym and stuff like that. Like I stopped working out at 18.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm fucking done with this. Never again. Like I made so many bold proclamations about it that now I feel like an idiot because I'm doing it again. But I feel better. So it's like all those years after 18 where I had like just like these moments of like not feeling good and like just like kind of just like really, really hating myself. Yeah. And like the one thing that I was thankful for is that when I wasn't really enjoying myself, other people let me know they were. They're like, no, dude, like, we like you. We like being around you. Like it was so, and that's like family, but friends and just, that's a very important thing, I think. But for me, even to this day, like I have to have a little bit of that, like, yeah, like you told the joke and you might have gotten a couple laughs, whatever. But also like, you're not doing everything you could be doing. So fucking do it. And that's where like what you're describing of like, you have to be positive, you spiral, whatever. For me, it's the opposite where it's like, I have to have a little bit of that hate or like that petty, like, no, there's a better version of me and I want to find it.
Yeah, it's you have to acknowledge like what's wrong with the engine and look at all the things within your fucking like mental car and shit. Because people just think you can put better oil, you can put medication, you can put all these things on it, but truly those are supplements, those are crutches. And I hate to say that because it seems like I'm looking down upon it, but I'm saying like, no, it helps you. Crutches help you. Absolutely. And sometimes like people are placed in a wheelchair physically. And sometimes there are people who physically their brain doesn't have the right chemical balance of serotonin and shit. And to where they are clinically depressed. To where, yes, certain medication can help. But I do feel like
mental illness is very real. That's a very real thing.
But the amount of kids I saw on ADHD medication who would just turn around and sell it to other kids. Or they were on it and they're just a different person. They have no appetite. It just... It does change people because you got to ask what am I trying to fix and how much control do I have over it? And if I have no control, then there are people to help. There are systems to help. But if I do have control, how much can I do and how can I start working on it? But for me, I need to tone down like stoking coals into the fucking fire or like throwing them into the fire while stoking the fire. And like I need to tone that down or just angle it in the right way, point the direction in the right way. Because I can do a lot of good things and I can do a lot of bad things very quickly. And I'm smart enough to do a lot of things, but I don't do a lot of things because I'm either scared of rejection, scared of failure, scared of those things. But really it's, like you can, I believe most people are smart enough to learn most things. It's just what are you most applicable in? And really try to find that and what do you like? And that's really hard to find because some people have just put off like, if you ask yourself, what do you like to do? A lot of people really pause.
Yeah.
If I say, what do you do? They think for a living. I'm like, no. What do you do?
Yeah.
Like, what do you like?
What are you passionate about?
Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not what's your genre of person? What's your business title? I don't want your fucking business card in a verbal form. Give me you. And it's hard. It's hard really for people. And it's hard for everyone. But that's...
I prefer it that way, though.
Yeah, honestly, it does work for me because most of the time when I'm just like in go mode in public, I'm not trying to talk to people. Or like a cashier, I'll talk to a cashier just because I know how shitty their job is.
See, to me, it's like I don't know if I just like have this face or whatever it is, but like I don't know what it is, but like even last night I got some tacos, sitting outside of the taco place. In Old Town, I was like, this is like the one place that I know is for sure open. I had just left the gym, whatever. I get there. I'm sitting out on this bench, 3 tacos, water. And then this guy comes sprinting up from my right. And I'm like, what the fuck is this all about? He's got no shoes on. And he's like putting a shirt around his head. White guy, lots of tattoos. And he's like, I keep getting set up, keep getting fucking baited. And he's like yelling and like stomping down in front of me. And I was like, dude, I just want to eat my fucking tacos. I just want to eat these fucking tacos.
What a nightmare.
I'm like, this is fucking crazy.
Fuck.
And so he walks by me. And as he's walking by me, I hear people from like, I don't know, maybe 25 yards start going, fuck him up. He hit your car. Fuck him up. And then I see the wildest shit. Probably 10 bikers, like, and I'm talking like BMX bikers.
Oh,
not like
either way, that's a bad scene, dog.
They come pedaling up on him. They're like, "What are you doing? Fuck you!" And they get into this like standoff with this guy, and it's probably happening 10 yards from me to my left. And then I look up and I hear these guys talking above me. They're on this like patio, and there's 3 of them, and they're like, "What the hell's going on?" I don't know, dude, but this guy just got pulled up on by pedal bikers. Could you imagine getting G-checked like that and ever living with yourself afterwards? Yeah. Anyways, guy pulls up on him, and they're like screaming at him, like, we're going to beat your ass, we're going to beat your ass. But again, they're pedal bikers, so they end up just like kind of like, oh, fuck you, dude, and pedaling away. Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
What happened?
That's nothing. The guy just disappeared into the night. I was like, what?
And you're just sitting there alone with your tacos.
I end up eating my tacos. This random lady, this random lady comes walking by. She looks at me and she's like, that looks really good. And I was like, uh-huh. I'm like, I don't really want to talk to you right now, but I will. Like, and I was like, yeah, they were. And then she looks at me and she goes, pizza, right? And I was like, no, they were tacos. She's like, oh, that's a really big bummer. And like kind of stops. And I was like, yep, that's a bummer. I just got up and walked the other way. I was like, I'll talk to you, but like you're over engaging. Like there's like hey, like I believe in short and sweet.
Yeah, you like opening up when you on your terms.
100%.
You will.
Yeah.
On your terms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. But it's for sure just you have like a Larry David type personality where people just walk up and just start going. And you're like, what? Like,
I almost got into middle of the pandemic. I almost got into a fight with a guy at a Michael's. He was 45, had a 13-year-old daughter.
You're watching New Girl in a Suit at Michael's. What's happening?
Feminine. Okay? I had 3 candles in my hand.
Yes.
I'm sitting there. This guy's yelling at cashiers. He's made the cashier cry. She goes, gets the manager. Manager comes out. Mind you, we're all wearing masks. We're like 6 feet apart. There's like 30 people in the store. I'm aggravated as fuck. I was I just need these cheap candles. Because I was smoking weed in places I shouldn't, and I need to get rid of the
and
smell.
You're stoned right there, too.
Yeah.
You're stoned just smelling the candles in the line to de-stress yourself.
I really like cinnamon apple.
Yeah, you're calming down with some lavender.
Yeah.
So she's crying and brings out Big Boss.
Brings out the big boss. He starts yelling at her or whatever. And finally, I was just like, he like kind of turns and he's like, this is fucking ridiculous, and starts like looking around at like people in the line. And I was like, it's fucking crazy that you're making people cry in a Michael's, you dickhead. And he just kind of looked at me and he was like, fuck you, and starts just motherfucking me. And then he's like, da-da-da-da-da, and I was like, just finish your purchase and leave. Like, if you, like, but, like, he was being so ridiculous. Like, he looked at his daughter, and he's like, you better pull out money and pay for this shit, because I'm not paying for this stupid stuff. And, like, I was like, bro, it's colored pencils. Maybe she's an artist. Like, what the fuck? And, and then he ends up, like, threatening to meet me in the parking lot, and I was like, okay, dude.
Which is his house, literally his house.
Yeah, that's where I live.
Yeah.
No, and so I walk out and the manager was like, before I walked out, she was like, oh yeah, it's whatever, like, thank you for saying something that was crazy. And I was like, I just feel bad that there's like a 17-year-old kid who was working as a cashier had this psychopath yell at her, and then he starts motherfucking me, and I'm like, dude, I'm wearing a mask. I don't want to be like, I just want my candles. Why are you yelling at me?
His mask was for sure like right here, right?
He wasn't wearing one, dude. He wasn't wearing one.
Down.
Yeah. And I got, like, again, I hated him, but I respected the move of just being like, I don't conform to rules.
Yeah. Did you get vaxxed?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I needed it for travel. Like, I was going.
Same here.
Well, I say that as the skate. I didn't like want to get it. I didn't want COVID to happen, but the fact that happened, I'm like, Fuck, man. All right. Fucking just stick me. Even if there's a micro, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, they literally have all of my information.
At this point, everybody that wants to know...
so many dick pics on Snapchat, they've seen it from all... They could give me a 360 representation at the Wax Museum, just me, like... just hard as fuck.
Just hitting the angles?
Yeah. Hitting the angle. They got like 5 different skulls. Yeah, of course.
Seth was just a couple years ahead of OnlyFans.
They could give a time lapse of that shit. They have all my information, dude. They have my security card, and fucking social security, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fucked already. So just even just fucking Tuskegee me. Just Tuskegee. That's the shirt. Tuskegee me to death. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The amount of people who are just like, hey, do you want to hit this? And I just puffed on a joint I didn't know what was in is insane. So, of course, I'm taking the amount of people who are saying, I'm not getting the vaccine. I'm like, I've seen you do drugs recently. What are we talking about? Like, and I'm not saying weed. I mean drugs, you know? Like, what are we doing?
Here's the thing. I have this, like, I don't really care what you do one way or the other, just like I'm gonna do this. Like I didn't get COVID till I fucking moved to Arizona.
Until you got
after
tested
the pandemic.
Too. You got it.
No, I tested myself multiple. I lived with like I had this like older aunt that like I would like see all the time or whatever, and she was like on like she was a smoker or whatever. So I was like, okay, like I guess I'll just take it easy. And so I would test myself pretty regularly for COVID because you could just like once you could get the test, I just started like buying those, and like. My mom, because she worked retail, like she had like a thermometer and like she had access to tests. So it was just like, hey, if you're feeling sick, like I need to know because otherwise I can't because it's essential business. So like you're like, okay. But yeah, no, like where I draw the line though is like I had somebody the other day look at me and be like, how do you feel about mosquitoes carrying like RNA and like they're going to infect you, da 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 da. And if you weren't trying to get the vaccine, and I was like, bro, stop right there. I was like, this is so outside of the realm of what I could possibly give a fuck about. Like, I get this might be important to you. I don't care. Stop.
No, I have a face of people come up to me similar to that homeless guy or people having problems and just walk up to you. I have a problem of people coming up to me and just saying outlandishly racist shit. And they think I'm one of the boys. And then Chudir walks over and he's like,
fucked.
Hey, man, what's up? And I'm like, hey, Chudir, what's up? And they're like... Oh, like they just drop an N-bomb right next. And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty.
What is that?
We've all been guilty. Okay, if you're an American white man and you listen to rap when you're growing up, we're all guilty of it. But what's up with my face that makes you think I'm just gonna let that fly? What the fuck? It doesn't matter. Like I'm not standing up as a champion for black. I'm not gonna tweet about it. I don't have a Twitter. I don't give a fuck. But it's like, hey man, you're like 25. You've been paying taxes. It's not like you're a kid. You aren't a teenager. You got to learn from that mistake.
I don't pay taxes,
Who's letting this slide? And obviously, you aren't around enough black people to say it. Or maybe if you are, I know you are because you're Brandon Adams.
Yeah. Bro, you are just...
And we put a button on it.
Yeah, you are just going for it
snapping.
today.
No, Brandon knows I love him, but also he will proudly, like, he defends it. He's like, no, I'm literally like... Yeah, he's logic. He is logic.
I don't know anything about that. All I know is
that's where you back up.
No, what I was about to say is I was out with a friend who I had known since like I don't know 8th, 9th grade, not that long ago. She's like, oh, this is like so and so and so and so da 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 da. And then like they just like and you're like, whoa, this conversation just feels odd. Like you're not saying anything, like you're not saying any slurs. But like, there's some coded language here that we might want to decipher. I felt like one of the code breakers, like the Navajo code breakers. I'm like,
sitting Navajo.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute.
Another thing that really bothers me, and we'll get out of here soon.
I got all the time in the world. Do whatever you need.
We did an hour 15. We can pull off the headphones.
Okay,
soon.
Yeah.
But another thing that I hate is a person at work. They sat me a table and they're like, hey, I sat you at 43 and it's 3 black ladies. I'm like, don't ever whisper ethnicities to me. Never whisper it. That's just whatever you're thinking. you're thinking that I'm in on this with you, buddy. I'm not. Say it with your chest. Yeah. They're black women. Yeah. Just also, why are we bringing ethnicity? I'm gonna notice. I got
3
eyes.
women.
Yeah. No, just say it's a 3. Yeah, it's a 3 top. You don't have to say they're going to ask how the grits are today because I'm going to tell them they're dog shit, as always. So don't get them. You know, I do things from my table. Them. And they're like, can I get the pork sausage? I'm like, well done. Well done. And I'm like, yep. Like, no. I say, like, how do you want those eggs? Scramble. I'm like, scramble with cheese? And they're like, scramble with cheese. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Like, I know people. Yeah. And Mexicans are going to get scrambled hard or over hard. I know people.
This is such an interesting thing that you feel very equipped to talk about. Like, what is the order
work at a breakfast place.
I know. That's so I was going to ask. Like, what is like a geriatric white person's order?
Oh, so they're either going biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
Or they're going to get traditional breakfast or just like an all-American breakfast with just meat, toast, eggs, potatoes.
How many modifications?
No, you notice there's some waspy white women who are like, it's usually white women, but the guys are worse when they're picky. They old white guys are the worst. Like, I want my waffle to be hot. And I'm like, it's literally 90% air. Okay. Sure.
The second I walk it out here, it's getting colder.
Yeah, I'm literally walking and fanning it technically because it's fucking walking. Yeah, it gets cold. I hate people. But I work in this, every person in the service industry is like, I fucking hate people. Hey! Yeah.
There's a good character.
It's actors, bro. It's all just fucking, it's all liars and actors. It's
a
whole lot of fucking alcoholics and man.
I was like,
it's a wild place to work, but it feels so much like going to an open mic. Just without going up, because it's a bunch of funny motherfuckers. And honestly, some of my coworkers
are funnier.
Are funnier than half of the scene.
Yeah. Dude.
I'm like, fuck, dude. Like my homie Steven is so fucking funny. Or David is so funny. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, you guys could actually like do something like what I'm doing, but it's just because I'm insane. And that's why I do it. And that's what an open mic
confidence.
We are insanely narcissistic to where it overrides the fear of public speaking, which is above death. Usually on scales, which exactly we're psychos.
Well, so yeah, absolutely, we're psychos.
Just like, well, I'm not scared of death either.
Never have been, dude. Never have been. Never have been. No, death is a welcome friend. Sat at my table many a times. No, have you always been good or enjoyed public speaking?
I love performing since a young age. I love putting on a show. Are mom and dad
people?
Yeah, both my parents were theater teachers. My dad is a lead singer and guitarist in a band.
Okay, so yeah, spot on. Okay, yeah, because my mom is like the most like could talk all day every day with anyone for anything like retail, but my dad is like one of these guys where like he can just sit back and not say anything, but if he has to like talk to a large amount of people, very comfortable.
He turns it on, right?
Literally doesn't break him at all. It's weird to me. Oh. So yeah, like just 2 things like that.
Damn, dude. Well, do you have anything to plug? Any shows coming up within this month?
Yeah, just one. Sacred Pie, August 3rd.
Nice.
So Thursday, yeah.
That's coming up soon.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
It's like 4 days? Yeah, 3 days, yeah.
5.
For sure. I'll try to post this tonight or tomorrow. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But what's your Instagram again?
At Here Comes Shawnee.
Here Comes Shawnee, yeah.
Yeah, just one S. It should have been Here Comes Shawnee.
Yeah. People get drunk, just...
All my friends still to this day, they're like, do you just not know how to like put words together?
He's
like,
busting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got to pee, you guys. Love you, Jamie.
Same here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
It's been a pleasure, dude.
Absolutely. Thank you.